Hey, I'm traveling this week, but I still wanted to make a video. I'm back in my hometown and I have here in my hands the very guitar that I learned my first songs on. Now, this was actually my sister's guitar. She got a guitar before me, but I quickly became obsessed with it and commandeered it. Once I got my hands on it, I don't think she saw this guitar for about 6 months until my parents finally broke down and bought me my own. But the way that I learned guitar was kind of unusual. I didn't take lessons because I didn't actually own a guitar. I didn't understand tabs because no one told me about them. The internet was a thing, but it was 2001, so there wasn't a ton of resource online. And I didn't really know anyone who played except for one friend, but he was sort of more interested in playing video games than teaching me songs. So that left me basically with my ear. And fortunately, at that time, my dad had a pretty big cassette collection. That's right, cassettes. I'm really that old. And I would go and listen to these cassettes, and anything that sounded interesting, I would just try to figure it out on guitar. I remember learning songs like, Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix was actually the first song I learned. I remember learning Miss You by the Rolling Stones. And let me see, I remember learning Redemption Song by Bob Marley. And I remember learning Little Day Tripper by the Beatles. Honestly, those are great first choices of songs to learn. And they're also great songs for a beginning musician to train their ear on. So by doing this, my ear got pretty good pretty early on. But I was developing some pretty funky habits at the same time. Like I was playing with all these sort of weird fingerings and bad technique and really pretty bad rhythm at that time. And eventually I was in a music shop playing my version of Tears in Heaven, which was probably wrong. But I was playing this part with my thumb like this. And one of the teachers was like, clearly this kid's got talent to be figuring out all these songs by ear, but let's get him into some lessons and get him some good habits happening so that he's learning the right way to play. Now, I was staunchly self-taught at that point, and to this day, learning new things, teaching myself new things is one of my favorite things to do. But getting lessons at this point really helped straighten me out. So for any beginner, even if you love the idea of being self-taught, I would highly recommend working with an instructor for at least about a year to make sure you're developing in the right direction. Because believe me, I definitely had to go back and correct a bunch of stuff slowly but surely, and that was not a super fun part of the process. So I'm sharing this video with you to share that information and also take a trip down memory lane. Also, I might encourage you to try learning some songs by ear. I mean, you can type anything into YouTube and learn it in 2 seconds, but I actually think struggling to learn a song like that is really good for you in some way. I don't know, maybe I'm just old school, but if you have any interest in developing your ear, you're basically gonna have to just try to figure something out. So I would recommend any of those 4 songs that I mentioned earlier on. Also, I share this story because if you're looking for a first guitar, I actually think a half size or 3/4 size classical would be a great place to start because the nylon strings are softer than steel strings and the smaller body size makes it approachable and comfortable to play. Also, I should mention that if you're looking for a clear course for guitar progress, I have a 60-day beginner guitar PDF in the description. It's got the exact skills you need to learn in order with a song list and exercise examples, as well as a daily checklist so you can track your progress. Link in the description, download it now. Well, that's all for today. Hope you're enjoying your week. See you next time.